few hours away from the total lunar eclipse starting up. The total portion of that, when the moon is almost completely covered, starts at about 4:15 in the morning. The eclipse itself gets going a little after 3, but overall you got several more hours before the moon is completely covered in the Earth's shadow, giving it that kind of reddish hue. Last time until 2025 for us to view a total lunar eclipse, at least in the U.S. We're keeping an eye on the cloud cover right now on Exact Track radar and satellite. You can see we do have some of that cloud cover thinning out, so I think we have a pretty good shot at getting a really good glimpse of that eclipse once we finally get to early tomorrow morning. So again, eclipse starts at about a little after 3 in the morning, the total portion at about 4:15. You may as well set your alarm for about 5 in the morning, because that's when we'll be right under that maximum eclipse. That'll keep going until about 5:41 in the morning, and then after that, moon goes below the horizon, the eclipse starts to end, and we won't see a total lunar eclipse in the U.S. until March 14th, 2025. If you're going to go out to view the eclipse, be ready for some chilly conditions. 35 coming for the overnight low under a partly cloudy sky. And then after that, election day, typical November weather. Lots of sunshine, highs in the upper 50s, breezy winds out of the southeast gusting to 25 miles per hour overall. Pretty quiet day, so the weather won't slow you down as you head to the polls. Again, a little brisk to start, but then back into the middle to upper 50s going into the afternoon before a cool end to the day in the 40s and 30s from there. So maybe the last typical day of the week, at least when it comes to November weather, because then we're jumping all over the place over the rest of the week. So we go from the 50s tomorrow to the 60s and 70s by Thursday. This is really close to record-breaking territory, at least for Thursday. Then there's an equally large drop-off, if not more so. Between Thursday and Saturday, we drop about 40 degrees. That leaves us in the 30s for the start of the weekend. So getting a really good glimpse at the winter season ahead after spending a day with September-like temperatures for a little while. By the way, this is winter weather preparedness week in Illinois. The state kind of does this nice and early, so you got time to prepare for that next season. Just make sure your car is packed up with jumper cables, flashlight, batteries, cell phone charger, hats, gloves, snack, water, really anything you're going to need in case you get stranded during the winter season. Do it while it's warm rather than trying to load up the car while it's cold. Again, we still have ways to go before we get to the winter season, but we get a little hint of it later this week. 72 on Thursday, 34 for a high on Saturday, and then we stay cool going into the rest of the weekend. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, looks like the second half of November staying chilly, so we kind of flip the pattern somewhat here after a very warm start to the month and more warmth coming later this week. We get into some chilly territory for a while, lots of 30s to 40s in that long-range forecast. By the way, we had 49 forecasted for today. 53 was the result, so we just managed to stay on the dartboard. Streak stays alive at 11 forecasts in a row. And with all the wind this weekend and the cold, it's kind of nice to have a little insulation on the face. So all this cold weather coming in perfectly with no shave November.
Yeah, this is still the stage where I'm like, this is great. I'll never shave for the rest of my life. Check back with us in like 4 days and be like, get this thing off my face.
Right, it's starting to get to the itchy phase, but not quite there yet.
Well, I was going to say, you guys are 7 days in now, so how is it feeling? So you said it's a little itchy.
Little itchy, but I can feel the insulation. Like I can feel when I go outside, like, oh, my face is a little warmer.
Yeah.
This is kind of nice. I'm sure I'll really feel it by the time we get to the weekend.
Well, that's my thing, is that I usually wear a little bit of scruff. Yeah. So this is still in the normal range for me. Give it about a weekend, because much more than this is just like if I can grab it between my fingers.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, where's the trimmers?
Your own personal scarf there. At least you're doing it for a good cause.
Good cause, men's health awareness, men's cancer awareness. Yes.